Okay, this is homework U8B. This is Tuesday, April 24th. This is just going to be the first 10 minutes, and then we're doing the unit circle today. So in order to find sine, cosine, and tangent of B, it does say B. Notice that in the directions. So we're going to circle B. You have to know all three sides. So we know two of the sides. We know the hypotenuse. And according to B, this is the opposite side. So we need to find the adjacent side. And we're going to do that by using the Pythagorean theorem. So your Pythagorean theorem is leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. So we know we're missing a leg. So it's x squared plus 3 squared. Those are your legs, and your hypotenuse is 8. So we do it here. So we have x squared plus 9 equals 64. Subtract 9, and you get x squared equals, what, 45? No, that's not right. What's 64 minus? 55? 55. And if you square root that, we'll go ahead and keep it as radical 55. So write square root of 55. Do you guys get square root of 55?
Yeah.
Okay, side. All right, so then the sine, okay, wait a minute, let me write adjacent here. This is the adjacent side to B. It's right next to B. So sine, remember, is OH. So it's the opposite, which is 3, over the hypotenuse, which is 8. So that's your sine, 3/8. Your cosine is adjacent, which is square root of 55 over the hypotenuse, 8. That's your cosine. And your tangent is opposite, which is 3, over adjacent, which is square root of 55. Technically, I would accept that answer, but if you know how to rationalize, you can multiply top and bottom by square root of 55 and get 3 square root of 55 over 55. That's the best answer, but I'd accept that first one. Second triangle, we're missing the hypotenuse. It does say find, again, sine of B, cosine of B, tan of B. Sine is OH, cosine is AH, and tan is OA. So katoa. So we need to find this thing right here. So we know our legs this time. So we have 8 squared plus 16 squared equals hypotenuse squared. 64 plus 256 equals hypotenuse squared. Let's see, 64 and 256 is 320 equals hypotenuse squared, and then square root this. Now 320, gosh, I might have to do a factor tree for this. 320 is 2 and 160, which is 2 and 80, which is 2 and 40, which is 2 and 20, which is 2 and 10, which is 2 and 5. Remember, for every pair of numbers, 1 comes out. So we're bringing 3 2's out. So that is an 8, and then there's a 5 left. So this is 8 square root of 5. If you want to keep square root of 320, I'm okay with it. But I'm going to change mine to 8 radical 5. That's the best answer. So this is 8 square root of 5. I think you should change. Now, you know what? I changed my mind. Change that to 8 square root of 5. All right, so this is the hypotenuse, right? HYP. I'm going to do this in a blue pen. According to B, in the circle B, this is the adjacent side. This is the opposite side. This is the hypotenuse. So sine is OH. So the opposite is 16 over the hypotenuse, which is 8 radical 5. Now, the 8 cancels with the 16. That becomes 2 over radical 5. If you rationalize by multiplying by radical 5, you get 2 radical 5 over 5. That's the best answer. It's kind of hard, isn't it? AH is 8 over 8 radical 5. The 8's cancel and you get 1 over radical 5. Now if you rationalize, you multiply both top and bottom by radical 5, you get 5 over 5. That's your cosine. And your tangent is opposite, which is 16 over adjacent, which is 8, which is just 2. Now, yesterday I told you that sine of theta is OH. Therefore, cosecant of theta, which is its reciprocal, is HO. It's reciprocal. Cosine of theta is AH, which its reciprocal is secant, which is HA. And tangent of theta is OA. Reciprocal of that is AO. So, right here it says tangent, you have tangent and cotangent. So if tangent is 5, so we're going to say tangent is really 5 over 1. Think of it as 5 over 1. So what's the cotangent? Since the cotangent is the reciprocal of that, see how they're straight across? You would just flip this to 1/5. That's your answer. So sine and cosecant, they are reciprocals of each other. See that? So sine, when they say this is 3/8, this is really OH, right? So they're looking for HO for cosecant. So cosecant would be 8/3. That's all you have to do. For this one, we have to find the hypotenuse. We want sine of S, cosine S, tangent of S. And then we want the reciprocals. Cosecant of S, secant of S, cotan of S. We want those 6. But first you have to find the hypotenuse. So we have our legs. This is 490. Now 490 would be 49 and 10. You're factoring here. It looks like there's 2 7s, so it should be 7 radical 10. This should be 7 radical 10. Okay, we're going from S. So this is the opposite. This is the adjacent. And this is your hypotenuse. So the sine of S is OH, okay? OH, so we're doing SOHCAHTOA. So we're looking for OH. So we got 21 over this. 21 over 7 radical 10 is 3 over radical 10. You know what? Let's not rationalize. This is too much work. Let's just say that that's our answer. Now, cosecant would be the inverse of that. So that's that. Cosine of S is adjacent, which is 7 over the hypotenuse. We will cancel the 7s and write 1 over square root of 10. I'm just going to go ahead and say that's okay. If you flip that, it's radical 10 over 1, and that's your answer. Tangent is opposite over adjacent, which is 3. And if you flip 3, you get 1/3. Those are your answers. So that's all number 5. Now 6. So in 6, they give you the hypotenuse. Be careful. This is the hypotenuse. This is the leg. So we have to find this leg. So we're going to have x squared plus 7 squared equals 19 squared. So this is 49, and 19 squared is 361. Subtract 49, and you get 312. God, can anyone? Nothing's been coming out pretty. Sorry about this. So 312 is 2 and 156. 156 is 2 and I don't even know. 156 divided by 2 is 78. 78 is 2 and 39. 39 is 3 and 13. So it looks like there's only 1, 2 that's going to come out. And then all this goes back underneath. So 39 times 2, so it looks like 78 goes back underneath. So that's this missing side right here. 2 radical 78. This problem is so ridiculous. This is too hard. You guys, I'm sorry. None of these come. They're all radical legs if you guys are doing this. It's really annoying right now. All right, so 2 radical 78. We can do this. So sine of theta. I didn't see your name, but go ahead. So sine is, okay, so we're going from S. So this is the opposite. This is the adjacent. So sine is opposite 7 over 19. Cosecant is 19 over 7. Those first 2 are easy. Switching pens, pinch red. Now the other ones are going to have the radicals. So cosine. Cosine of S is adjacent to radical 78 over the hypotenuse 19. That's your answer. The flip of this is 19 over 2 radical 78. I'm not going to make you rationalize that. That's your answer. Just a second, I'm almost done. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. Just keep it like that. And then cotangent is 2 radical 78 over 7. I'm sorry about all the ugly answers, but that's it.